welcome back to my channel and happy Bookmas. I'm really hoping that this lighting is giving like moody and not just like terrible vibes, I guess. I'm filming this when it's dark outside and I just wanted a little light. I don't know. Hopefully this doesn't look really shitty. Anyways, today we're going to talk about my most anticipated releases of 2026. I only have a few. I feel like actually this year or this upcoming year, a lot of authors aren't announcing if they are gonna put out a novel early. Normally there were, or at least last year, there were a lot more that I had on my radar for 2025, but that's besides the point. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the first book that I am anticipating is Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. This is her first contemporary fiction novel. Obviously she wrote I'm Glad My Mom Died. I didn't read that one. I wish I did, but I'm very excited for this one. It sounds really good, and it's about a 17-year-old Waldo, a high school student who falls deeply into something with her creative writing teacher. Maybe it's love, maybe it's lust, maybe it's just a need to be seen. And it sounds really, really good. I've heard that her other book was really good, and so I'm excited to see like how her writing style comes out with a completely fiction book. Next I have And Now Back to You by B.K. Borson. This is the second book in the Heartstrings series, but this time around we're following Jackson Clark and Delilah Stewart. They're both meteorologists instead of the radio host, which was the male main character of the first novel. It says that the two are assigned to cover the snowstorm of the century together. He's uptight, she's nothing but. What's the thing they say about opposites? And this one comes out February 24th. Pretty sure this is about the same time the first one came out, and I think that the first one came out at a perfect time because it's very Valentine's Day-esque and it's just super bubbly and fun and cutesy, so I'm definitely dying to get my hands on this one. I also just love B.K. Borson's writing. And then of course, probably my #1 anticipated read of next year, which could be to a fault, it was this year. That is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. Unfortunately, last year, or I guess this year, I hated her release. So I'm really going into this one with not as much high expectations as I put on the last one. Even though I love, love, love Abby Jimenez, I feel like I need to kind of dial it back a little bit. The blurb for this one says, in everyone's life, there's a split-second decision that can change everything. For Larissa, it came when choosing who to ride home with after a concert. That night, she had no idea she'd met the perfect man. She and Chris are great friends, co-parenting a slightly unhinged rescue Yorkie, sharing their favorite books and judging bread. For the first time, amid all her side hustles to scrape by, things finally feel easy. But she didn't choose Chris to drive her home all those months ago. She went with his best friend and he became her boyfriend. All Chris wants is for Larissa to be happy. Standing by on the sidelines is slowly killing him, but making a move would destroy someone else. How can something that feels so right be absolutely impossible? This one sounds really cute. I'm hoping it's a little bit drama-y. I love a good like best friend's girlfriend, or you know what I mean, like brother's best friend, like something like that. I like drama, so hopefully. Next we have Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. Earlier this year I read One Golden Summer and I absolutely adored it, so I'm very, very excited about this one. The blurb for this one says, Frankie and George have been best friends since they were 8 years old, both passionate, impulsive, and headstrong. They've always clashed and come back together, until now. It's the eve of Frankie's wedding weekend and she doesn't know where they stand or even if George will show up as her best man. Then at the start of the festivities, in walks George. For one glorious evening surrounded by her loved ones, Frankie's life is finally perfect. But it all comes crashing down when her fiance dumps her the next morning, leaving only a note as an explanation. Crushed and confused, Frankie returns to her family's home to wallow, but George has a different idea and a plan for healing Frankie's broken heart. He wants her to go on her honeymoon with him for 1 week to the lush rainforests and misty beaches of Tofino. That sounds really good. I actually didn't know anything about it, but that sounds really, really good. I think it's gonna be super, super cute. I literally can't wait to get my hands on this one. I did rate One Golden Summer, I think a 3.5, but honestly, I probably bumped it up to like a 4.5 because it's one of the only books I feel like that I genuinely haven't stopped thinking about this year. Like, I know I say that about a lot of books, but like, that's one where I feel like it comes up a lot in my mind. And obviously I am a sucker for for our friends lovers, and this one sounds really, really fun. Next we have Heartstopper Volume 6 by Alice Oseman. I am so excited for this one. I keep saying that about all of them. That's literally the gist of today's video, but I'm probably gonna say it again. I'll try not to, but I probably will. I finished all 5 of the first volumes this year so fast. I literally ate them up, and I'm so excited to have another one. There is no book description for this one, which makes sense as it is probably very spoilery, especially if you haven't read 1 through 5 yet. But just know I am stoked. I love these characters, and apparently this is literally the final installment. I'm pretty sure they said that about the 5th one, maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm a little bit late to the party. But to me, it's feeling like this is actually going to be the last one, and I'm a little bit sad about that, but I haven't watched the show yet, so I feel like once I finish that, I can kind of like relive it with the show. Next, I have The Knave and the Moon by Rachel Gillig. This is the 2nd book in the Night and the Moth series. I was absolutely blown away by The Night and the Moth. I haven't read any other Rachel Gillig book, even though those were popular in 2024. I think it was the One Dark Window duology. I haven't read those yet, but I'm genuinely just in awe of Rachel Gillig and her mind and her writing style and how she thinks up of these like crazy magic systems. And so obviously the 2nd book in the series is going to be probably one of my most anticipated reads of next year. We were left off on a pretty big cliffhanger, if I can recall. I gave the first one a 4 stars because I feel like it perfectly set up, so I'm super excited to see it played out in the 2nd one. I hope it gets like wrapped up perfectly. And then last but not least, I have In Her Own League by Liz Tomford. I quickly became a Liz Tomford stan this year. As you can see, I literally have all of the Windy City series books right behind me. I just love them so much. She has single-heartedly revived the sports romance lover in me, and I'm super excited about this one because in this one we're following a character in one of the books from the Windy City series, specifically Emmett Montgomery. He is a coach in one of the books, and he is so funny and so cool, and I'm so excited to finally see him get his book. I feel like this was long overdue, even though I was late to the game in the series, but I still feel like it was long overdue, and I'm so freaking excited. I feel like this character deserves his own book so much, and I'm excited to hopefully see some of the characters from this series again in that book. I love when that happens. I love a good little crossover. But best believe on the 3rd of March, you will not be able to contact me. I will be having this book in my hands, and I will be devouring it. Anyways, that is all I have for you tonight. Like I said, there wasn't that many. I feel like eventually there will be more, but as authors release them, I don't know like when that will be, but hopefully there will be some more that I'm really looking forward to, because I feel like 7 is not enough. You know what I mean? Like I need to yearn for something more. Let me know down below what your most anticipated reads of 2026 are. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you'll join me back here tomorrow for another day of Bookmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.